All right, sit your bitch ass down. It's story time. You see, back in the Clinton administration, there were schisms between the Joint Chiefs of Staff and how the future of defense contracting was going to look in the United States. And they eventually, after a lot of deliberation, decided that they were going to force mergers. Now, time will tell, even now, if that was the right call. But I'd argue that a couple of those mergers, though detrimental, like, for example, we could talk about the old school merger between McDonnell Douglas before the Clinton administration, often seen as one of the more successful of the aircraft mergers that we've seen. However, soon after that, you can see that the acquisition by Boeing actually lost the company culture, the one thing McDonnell Douglas had besides their engineers, but I digress. By choosing to make these mergers permanent, you get things like Lockheed and Martin Marietta merging. So you actually, for the first time in our generation, you start cooking with some absolute grease. Now, Lockheed and Martin, I should say, separately had been in the game for quite some time. They had combined years of experience, countless military projects, some of which we probably won't even get to know about until someone writes a memoir. But my two favorite was the F-22 Raptor and its assembly line partner, the C-130J Super Hercules. Now that's some good shit. The C-130J Super Hercules is a wide-body aircraft made by the United States Air Force. It's been around for a long time, actually originally built by the Lockheed Corporation, I believe in the 50s. But since then, we have had so many different iterations of this platform that it is still to this day a test bed for cargo-based, or I would say even airline-based solutions. When I say that, I mean like the lasers at the bottom of the FedEx cargo planes that fly over the Middle East. So one thing that you might find a little bit interesting about the Lockheed Martin transition, they really got violent. That, like, something about the Clinton administration, they really decided, well, now's the time to get the fuck down on it. I see that that's a cargo plane, but is it really though? Does it have to be? And then you just put an A in front of that son of a bitch. In the 80s, we had the AC-130. But in these days, as it turns out, with the power of hindsight, the Clinton administration was helping build programs that ended up being our modern day Rapid Dragon program. So I mean, you can argue about the validity or the success of the acquisitions and mergers that we've seen throughout the Jack Welch days to the Clinton administration, but I think it's fair to say that they did make a couple of absolute heaters in there. Welcome to my TED Talk. This has been Derek, and we're not sponsored by Tylenol, but Kenview, hit me up.